Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So we all know that we are getting near to the TCS NQT test date. So in this video I will be explaining TCS NQT test pattern and important topics. What are the topics that have to be prepared for aptitude and coding round. So basically I'm from 2022 batch and I wrote this NQT test and I got selected for interview too. So I'll try to recall what are the topics and that pattern of the test. So firstly whole test will be of two parts. Part A and Part B. First part will be of foundation section and second part will be advanced section. So basically in foundation section somewhat you can solve the bits easily, but in advanced section the aptitude bits will be bit advanced ones. So let's discuss what are the topics in each of the foundation section and also in advanced section, and also roughly discuss the number of questions that will be in each section. Firstly, coming to part A, that is foundation section, you will be having traits, numerical ability, verbal ability and reasoning ability. And then coming to part B, that is advanced section, you will be having advanced quantitative questions and then advanced reasoning ability and finally advanced coding questions. Total time for writing this test will be around 160 to 170 minutes. So for us, while we are writing this NQT test, we are having question timer. So that is, there will be a timer for each question. So you have to attempt the answer before that timer expires for each question. So I didn't got any update for this time that it will be whether same or not for this 2023 NQT, but at that time for us it is like this. Now let's see how many questions you will be getting for each section. Please note that this is just a rough number, approximate number. So I am giving this number by analyzing previous papers and my experience. So coming to traits, you will be having some 2 to 3 questions, and for numerical ability around 20 questions you will be getting, and then same for verbal ability also around 20 questions you will be having, and coming to reasoning ability you will be getting around 15 questions. So this number might get slightly changed, but because like numerical ability you may get 18, verbal ability you may get 16, so that's why I am saying that around 20. These are the number of questions for the foundation section. So let's discuss about advanced section also. Later that we will be discussing what are the topics that will be in each section. And now coming to advanced section, there will be for advanced quants there will be around 10 questions, and same for advanced reasoning ability there will be around 10 questions. And again I am saying that around 10 mean the sense you will be getting some 7 questions or some 9 questions like that. And coming to advanced coding, you will be having 2 coding questions. So in these 2 coding questions you can solve one question easily, and other one will be some medium to hard level. So once you are very comfortable with coding and once you are able to solve DSA and doing lot of practice like solving previous papers, you can easily solve both these questions, not a much problem. So now let's see what are the topics that are involved in each sections. Please note that I am giving these topics based on my experience and based on my analysis of previous papers. Please try to explore all other topics if any other than the mentioned topics. Maximum I will try to cover all topics as far as what I remembered. So coming to numerical ability, you will be having topics like statistics and calculating simple interest and compound interest, profit and loss. And you can expect questions on speed, distance, time, and questions on HCF, LCM. These are common questions. Every year you will be getting these questions. And then questions on probability, permutations and combinations, and then questions on time and work, percentage, mixtures, etc. All the questions that are included in numerical ability section. And also questions on data interpretation, equations, number system, all that are included to numerical ability. You can find these previous questions in the internet. You can search for TCS previous question papers and you can practice them. And then moving to the next section, verbal ability. The questions related to this section will be based on the English, like reading comprehensions and then sentences, synonyms, antonyms, fill in the blanks with prepositions, articles, etc. that are related to English. You can easily get through this section because it will be all related to English and not too difficult. Once you are comfortable with basic elements like reading, prepositions, vocabulary, etc., you can get through this section easily. And then next section will be based on reasoning ability. coming to this reasoning ability section, you will be having questions on like statements. You will be given some set of statements and you will be given with assumptions and conclusions. So you have to select the suitable options based on the question, and then you will be having syllogisms, and then questions on blood relations, coding and decoding, and stuff related to visual reasoning are the topics that are involved in reasoning ability. And finally, these are the topics coming to part A, foundation section. So in anyway foundation section, the questions will be like easy to medium level, you can solve them. So once you are comfortable with some basic knowledge, you can easily get through this foundation section, that is part A. Like as I said, it will be like the bits will be from easy to medium level. And now let's discuss about advanced section. So as the name itself indicates that the bits will be little bit advanced than the previous part A, that is foundation section. So little bit advanced bits will be here. So we already discussed how many questions you will be having in this advanced section, and let's discuss the topics in advanced quant section. Anyway, topics will be similar to the topics which are in foundation section only, but questions will be of bit advanced level only, that's it. So no new topics will be same as usual, like simple and compound interest, profit and loss, speed, distance, time, permutations and combinations, time and work, percentage, probability, etc. That what are the topics we are discussing in foundation section, those only, but a little bit advanced one, tricky, and then some complex questions. So way not too very complex, you can get through this round also. So what I will be saying is you have to practice a lot. So for example, take simple and compound interest, you have to calculate finally simple and compound interest only. So you have to look at the way the question was asked, and then you have to be very quick in solving. So don't get panic when you look at this section like thinking I will not able to solve these problems. So don't think like that, you will be able to solve them. So practice very well. And then coming to the advanced reasoning ability, so it will be also same topics what are the discussed in reasoning ability in part A foundation section. So the same topics will be here only, but a bit advanced and bit complex to think, so you have to think good. And then speaking about the topics, as we already discussed, statements, that will be like assumptions and conclusions, and then some foldings and unfoldings, and questions related to cubes, and then visual representation, and then few questions on puzzles. It will be like this, you just have to think good and think fast to answer these questions. And then finally advanced coding round. So we already discussed about this coding round. There will be two questions. One question will be of easy to medium level, and other question will be some medium to hard level. So for us there was a timer for each question in coding section also, like first question will be having some less time than the second question, because first question will be like easy to medium level, so there will be less time. I will update you once I got confirmation about this year pattern. I will update the timings. So you can solve one question very easily, and you can also solve second question, but somewhat bit tricky. So if you are usually comfortable with coding and you have a lot of practice, and if you solve DSA and platforms like CodeChef, HackerRank, HackerEarth, like that, you can easily get through this round, coding round, not too difficult. So please try to practice coding questions based on the previous question papers, and mainly focus on DSA, so that you can get through this coding round easily. So that's all about pattern of TCS NQT test, and those are the important topics that are discussed. So first please try to practice on these topics, and then later if any topics are remaining, you can search on the internet and you can also practice them. So still there is, I think, 1 month time is there, so daily allocate 3 to 4 hours. So as I already told, there are two important points. First one will be question timer. For us there is a question timer. I don't know about this year pattern, I am saying about at the time of our time there is question timer. So as soon as the timer expires, you will be moving to the next question. So before the timer expires, you have to select the answer. And there is also negative marking for us, so you have to be very careful in case if it is there. I heard that this year there was no negative marking, but anyway don't depend on it. So please try to confirm from official sources, so TCS itself. If anyone know about this, please mention in comment section that this year if negative marking was there or not. So if it is there, please be very careful, attempt only the bits very well known of. So that's it guys, that's it about TCS NQT test pattern and important topics. So if you have any questions, please mention in comments, or else you can mail me separately. I will give mail ID in description, and you can also mention in comments also. I'll try to respond as early as possible. And I'll be in upcoming videos, I'll be sharing my interview experience with TCS, and I'll also try to upload videos regarding previous questions and previous coding questions, previous papers, etc. And stay tuned for more updates. Please subscribe to my channel. So finally, all the best to your exam guys.